Once upon a time, deep down St. Louis, there was a guy called Ron and his wife named Susie. They later became stars in a Hollywood movie. So let me tell the story from the beginning about how we do it. Ron is an accountant and loves gold and silver. A printed cash and cryptocurrencies gave him a shiver. So he started streaming first base in bed he delivered. But he was slowly starting to smell something even iller. Susie showed Ron a newspaper article about a merit coin aimed at the human particles. Ron asked what type of unicorn fart dust that is. Still the article left a bright spark of interest. Curious how he is, he thought about a twist, making a meme coin to show how worthless it is. He called it USD, presented in his dreams and stated, "Shoot, don't fight, please listen to me." Unicorn fart dust, 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 unicorn fart dust.
Hey guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to you to the basement. A quick reminder, a big message for the entire crypto world. I created a meme coin and it's called Unicorn Fart Dust. Yes, I did it as an experiment. Yes, for years I berated crypto. I said crypto was nothing more than unicorn fart dust. And then I created a crypto thanks to Susie. Yeah, our friend upstairs, Susie. This is all her fault. She sent me an article that said you could create a meme coin for $50 or whatever the price was. I went on Pump Fun. I opened a wallet. I bought my first Solana. I created the meme coin. It was an experiment. I went live like I am right now the day that I made it. And I said, guys, do not buy this. It's just an experiment. But then what happened is 100% community, right? Everything that has been done up to this point, almost 5 months later, has been done because of one thing: the community, the people that rallied around Unicorn Fart Dust. Now, remember, I was the skeptic. I said, don't buy this. So you never want to listen to my financial advice. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't buy or sell anything, do anything based on anything that I say. But nonetheless, I have a message for the crypto world, right? We are here. We are what you have been begging for, right? That's what propelled us. That's what continues to propel us forward. We are what the crypto world was clamoring for: honesty, integrity, right? Transparency, a sense of good, a sense of belonging, where the average person could actually get a fair shot and succeed. Hello, crypto world, right? Hey, we know. I love you, dusters, right? This message is more for the buttercups. And if you don't know what a buttercup is, well, guess what? Then you're a buttercup. A buttercup is someone who's yet to own their first Unicorn Fart Dust bean. But we are what the buttercups have been clamoring for. There's a lot of people in crypto, a lot of people in meme coins, right, that can come join our herd and are joining our herd of UFD dusters, right? The duster herd, the duster corral. Because what we have is what they want, what you want. Again, if you're a buttercup, if you're a duster, you already know the story. You already know how special this situation is. Okay. And why would we want to do that? Let's shift gears. Let's talk about what's going on in the world of crypto. Well, because there are some unbelievable, have you heard some of these unbelievable projections for Bitcoin? Now, remember, we are baby Bitcoin. I'll put us up against Bitcoin any day. I get a lot of flack for that. Look, I'm new to crypto, so you have to give me a little slack. You know what it's like when you're new to something. But I think that when it comes to the original ethos, the original reasons behind crypto, here, I got it right here, the magic sheet. I'll read it to you. Unicorn Fart Dust represents and upholds the core values and the core principles that cryptocurrency was originally founded upon, right? things like decentralization, democratization, fairness, transparency, no monkey business, right? All these other cryptos. And maybe you could even say, don't get mad at me, but to a certain extent now, Bitcoin has been adopted by the big financial services, the big money world, TradFi, to a certain degree. We are the pure. We are a wholesome. This is ground level. This is the secret dinner that goes on before the coin launch. Welcome. Do you want chicken or salmon? I know you want chicken. Anyway, what's going on? Let's go take a look at what Michael Saylor said about Bitcoin. And this is stunning. This is quick, but let's watch this.
What's your long-term Bitcoin price target?
13 million a coin in the year 2045.
What is one Bitcoin book that everyone should read?
The Bitcoin Standard.
What's one non-Bitcoin book that everyone should read?
Conceived in Liberty by Murray Rothbard.
What is the
Liberty.
best asset in the world?
Bitcoin.
What's the second best asset in the world?
There is no second best.
Okay. So if you heard that like I did, Michael Saylor just predicted $13 million Bitcoin. How does that make you feel? Where do you think the rest of crypto will be in that environment? And where do you think, right, the most unique and special crypto meme coin ever will be in that environment? I think the future looks bright. Look, we are grassroots. We are CTO, community takeover from day one. That's what you have done. That's what you have created. The only criticism I have for Mr. Michael Saylor during that video is he's yet to recognize us, right? He's yet to really realize that we're over here on the Solana network and that we are the shining horn. Can you see it? Can you feel it? Is your horn tingling? Horns up, dusters, right? We've got a lot to be looking forward to. What about this guy, Raoul Paul? Look at this. This is another very interesting take on what's going on. I believe this was over at the Dubai summit that recently wrapped up. And this goes into kind of what's going on generally with the world currencies, with the debt issues. We won't watch this whole thing, but let's listen to what he says here at the beginning.
It's not a mystery. It is a repeat of the debt cycle. They are rolling the debts. They are doing the same thing. Each cycle is not to do with a halving cycle, nothing to do with any of that. It's all driven by liquidity cycle and funding of debts. Each phase, we get phase one of the banana zone, banana number one. The corrective zone, banana number two comes. Another correction, banana number three. So this is the banana zone. So that's what happened in 2020, 2021. Off we go. Sorry, that was 2017, which again looks very similar to this one. That was the last one.
Okay, so he's talking about, again, Bitcoin cycles, but that directly relates to all of crypto, right? Bitcoin makes up like 64% of the entire crypto like market cap. So when he's talking about Bitcoin, he's talking about crypto in general, in my opinion. But what's critical to understand and what's very important about what he's talking about is that we are in a debt spiral in the world. It's not just the United States of America, and I love my country. Where is it? There it is, right there, right? There's an elephant in the room, though. Right? And there's our flag, and that is the debt. And that is the fact that we are in a debt spiral, which there's no, in my opinion, in the opinion of other people who know how to, do you know how to operate a calculator? Operate a calculator. There's no way out of our current predicament that doesn't lead. All roads lead to devaluation of the dollar, the paper dollar, right? Paper money. And that, my friends, leads to skyrocketing prices for crypto. Value-wise, right? Yes, things will get more expensive, but things that are finite in nature, like Bitcoin, which maxes out at what? 21 million Bitcoin? Unicorn fart dust. Where do we max out? How many? Do you know how many? Here's a quiz for you. Do you know how many unicorn fart dust UFD beans are in existence? You better know the answer. If you don't know the answer, then you're a buttercup, right? We know right now. Where is it? I used to have this jug. Oh, I found it, right? Look, guys, see that? See it? 900. Let me get the glare off. 999 million. That's how many UFD beans. There's 21 million Bitcoin. There's 999 million UFD beans. Each one of those beans in there, right? That represents a diamond hoof duster. That's somebody who's bought and is holding, and more people are buying and will never sell each and every day. The more diamond hoof, sorry, the more that wakes you up. Trust me. Is that loud for you? If it is, I apologize. But however, the more diamond hoof dusters we get, the closer we get, right? This line cannot go up. So the more people buy the beans, the closer we get to a, do you know the answer? The answer would be a bean shortage, right? And what comes after a bean shortage? Do you know that answer? Yes, that would be a beanopoly. And according to the simple rules of economics, supply and demand, if we get to a point where there is a limited supply of UFD beans, and don't forget, we can't ever make any more. I tried squeezing nothing happens. Right? The closer we get to a shortage in beans, supply and demand will dictate that price will go up. Now, look, I don't have a crystal ball. I think I told you already, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't make any decisions. And please, guys, please, whether you're investing in crypto, whether you're investing in stocks, real estate, always be responsible. Okay. Never invest with money that you can't afford to lose. Don't ever put you or your family in a position where you could be hurt if things do go south. Okay. No matter what it is, right? And I will give you some financial advice. Avoid debt whenever possible. Sorry, I got a little bit off track there. So money printing is coming. That's the bottom line. That's the takeaway from what Raoul Paul said, right? From what we know is going on. Money printing is coming. Tomorrow's the big Fed day. Tomorrow we'll hear from this guy, Jerome Powell, in the United States Federal Reserve. And don't worry, should I open it? It says do not open. Huh? Yeah, him. Remember him? Jerome Powell. Don't worry, he never lies. He always tells the truth, right? One of his favorite hobbies is to print toilet paper money. Eventually, they have no choice but to print money. And the price of crypto will react in a very, very, very positive manner. And is the world economy crashing? Let's touch on that. And then we'll touch on it again a little bit later because I've got some scary info about the stock market. But let's look at just quickly what's going on. Did you know here, I have a question for you. What is the lifeblood of the world economy? You may say, oh, Bitcoin, the US dollar. No, that's not right. What is the lifeblood, the literal lifeblood of the world economy? You got to give me an answer. Did I hear oil? Yes, oil. Oil is the blood of the world economy. Oil is in everything. It doesn't just run your Lambo or 2012 Honda Odyssey like I drive or your lawnmower or your scooter. No, oil is everything. It is the lifeblood of the world economy. Do you know, like everything plastic, plastic is made out of oil and everything's made out of plastic. Here, this camouflage, you maybe not be able to see it, camouflage coffee cup is made out of oil. I just drank some oil. Oil, we're getting big warning signs from the oil market. We're not the Beverly Hillbillies. So we're not going to dive too deep into the oil market, but let's just take a look at what we do see going on in oil right now. Okay. This comes from Metals and Miners. U.S. crude oil closes at lowest level since 2021 after OPEC agrees to production surge. There's a couple key points here. So OPEC says they're going to, in a period of economic uncertainty and downturn, OPEC is going to flood the market with oil. Oil prices in April posted their biggest monthly loss since 2021. President Trump's tariffs have raised fears of a recession that will slow demand at the same time that OPEC is increasing supply. So we're in this environment. Oh, shoot. Hold on here. See if I can get this back. Technical problems. Okay, I think I saved it. Okay, can you guys see me? Can you hear me? Okay, so we're in the situation right now. The economy's slowing. We know that from the most recent GDP numbers. We've got all this tariff stuff going on, which we know is going to slow the economy down. And we have OPEC flooding the market with oil. Now, this is real similar to what happened right before C19. I remember the same situation because I was actually at the time investing rather heavily in oil producers and natural gas producers. One of them called Antero Resources, which I made a bunch of videos about, which the stock went from like $1 all the way to $40. I don't always get it right, but I definitely got that one right. Anyway, this is the exact same thing that happened back then. I remember OPEC coming out. And I'm like, why are they? I don't know why they do this. Like when the economy is slowing, it's like it's going to hurt the United States oil industry because it cost the U.S. oil industry, as I remember, about $50 a barrel to get a barrel of oil out of the ground. So places like Oklahoma, Texas are going to be hurting if this crude oil price continues downward. And, it's not a good sign for the economy anytime when oil is dropping because it is like I said, it's the most, by far, the biggest traded commodity in the world, bigger than gold, bigger than Bitcoin, bigger than anything, multiples bigger. Oil is everything, guys. It's everywhere. It's all around you. We don't realize it, right? But the world runs on oil. It's fascinating. And I won't, but like, I forget what it was, like 1 barrel of oil has the equivalent energy of, I think it was like 1,000 or 11,000 actual man physical work hours in it. I mean, oil is energy. Oil is everything. When it's going down and it's going down precipitously, that's not a good sign. And when OPEC then decides to put the screws basically to the U.S. oil production industry, again, not a good thing. Okay, money. Okay, one more thing. This is great. This is wild. This one's wild. Talk about money printing. Brian Armstrong from Coinbase put this out, and I thought it was absolutely fascinating because that's what's going to happen. They're going to have to come print oil. Watch this 30-second clip about money printing. This will put things into perspective.
If a Bitcoin was the size of a quarter, all 21 million of them would fit inside a single shipping container. But to fit the dollars the Fed prints on average every day, you'd need 72 shipping containers. Each year, you'd need 26,000.
Hold on a second. Each day, the Fed prints the equivalent of 72 of those big shipping containers of U.S. dollars. Let's go back and listen to that. Make sure I got that right.
72 shipping containers.
No, hold on.
All 21 million of them would fit inside a single shipping container.
Wow.
But to fit the dollars the Fed prints on average every day, you'd need 72 shipping containers.
72 shipping containers to hold all the paper dollars that the Fed prints in one day. Why do they have to print money? Why don't they just let our money become more valuable? Why don't they limit the supply? Kind of like Bitcoin, kind of like gold, kind of like silver, kind of like unicorn fart dust.
Each year, you'd need 26,280 containers.
Okay, for 1 year of money printing, you would need 26,000 shipping containers? Oh my God. And again, guys, as we watch this, and I promise I'll shut up, we got to realize they don't actually print. They do print. They do it electronically, right? Most of it's done electronically. But this just demonstrates to us what the volume would be if it was actually printed. Wow.
And to fit what they've printed in the last decade, well, you need a lot more than that.
Yeah, look at that. The future. Okay. Wow. Absolutely. I don't know. Is it just me or is that stunned me? And I've been studying money for a long time. Absolutely crazy. Hey, I want to say thank you right here. Channel sponsor Ledger. What a privilege it is to have the hardware wallet cryptocurrency security leader sponsoring Ron's Basement. If you look right there, there's the Ledger Flex. That's the Bitcoin bundle Ledger Flex. I use a Ledger Flex. I don't keep it here at the house, but I love when I get to interact with the Ledger Flex. And the Ledger Live app is awesome as well. Look, it allows us, right, crypto investors, to keep our keys off the internet. Thank you, Ledger, right? Thanks for being part of Ron's Basement. We appreciate the sponsorship. And MoonPay, right, the fintech leader, right, organic part of my story. Yes, it was my very first cryptocurrency transaction was done with MoonPay. And I was new to MoonPay. I hadn't really even heard about them on the day that I created Unicorn Fart Dust. Now I'm happy to tell more and more people about MoonPay. And big news last week, you can now buy digital tokenized gold on MoonPay. XAUT. That's Tether Gold. Now that's from Tether, the company that's behind USDT, the big massive stable coin. But the XAUT, and the reason why it's XAU is because AU is the periodic table symbol for gold. XAUT, that combines the benefits of owning physical gold with the benefits of owning digital gold. And there are some big benefits to owning digital gold. And the biggest benefit that us, right, as crypto investors, is that we can get it on the MoonPay platform. So check that out. All right, let's move on here. Trump. Has anyone ever, like, are you an investor in meme coins? I am, right? I've only got one, only bought one, Unicorn Fart Dust. But, like, you know, there's some people out there, some people like I used to be, naysayers, right? That, oh, meme coin, shmeme coin. Oh, that's a Ponzi scheme. Oh, that's that, you know. Well, guess what? The U.S. dollar, even Brian Armstrong called the U.S. dollar basically a meme coin. We got the president of the United States. How can someone argue the legitimacy? Not a political statement, a fact. The president of the United States has a meme coin, and he copied off us. Right? We created Unicorn Fart Dust a whole month and a half before he decided, hey, look at that. We need to make a meme coin. Right? But now it's crazy what's going on with Trump in the meme coin. Let's go take a look at this fascinating article where we learn. Here it is. Hold on here. Here we go. Trump set to raise millions from crypto and meme coin this month. Okay, so let's just skip down here. He's doing two big things. Okay, President Trump has two crypto-focused dinners on the calendar for May, one aimed at deep pocket political donors and the other at meme coin millionaires. Both are poised to help him rake in millions. The first event, which was actually last night, so guys, we missed it, a $1.5 million per plate, or maybe you were there. Were you at the $1.5 million per plate fundraiser? It's the priciest political fundraiser in recent history. The second, on May 22nd, offers access. So Trump had a big crypto $1.5 million. What? What did I ask you earlier? Do you want chicken or salmon? I think at that one, you can have both. You get chicken and salmon if you pay $1.5 million to go influence the president. So that was last night. Here's the second one. Listen, the second gala dinner will be held at Trump National, the president's private club in Washington, D.C. The guest list will be decided by a blockchain-based contest run by the creators of the Trump meme coin token. Instead of cash, entry is based on how many tokens a user holds, with the top 220 promised dinner with Trump himself. The contest runs through May 12th. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Doesn't that sound like Trump's trying to pump Trump meme coin, right? If you're in the top, 220, right? So you got to own more Trump. Whoever owns the top 220 holders get to go to this fancy dinner. I mean, doesn't that sound like he's pumping his coin? I want to remind you, we are having a meetup in St. Louis the weekend of June 20th, and the top 40,000 Unicorn Fart Dust holders are welcome to come. I don't think it's going to be anything like it's not going to be a Trump national, but anyone who wants to come is welcome to come. So anyway, very interesting what's going on out there in the world of meme coins. Let's look at social dominance, and then we're going to do Duster of the Day. Here we go. Okay, this from Ez the Duster. UFD community is showing its grit. We had almost 2,700 mentions on May 2nd and 256,000 engagements May 2nd to 322. Dusters, despite a dip, our engagement numbers are still massive, proving that we're a powerhouse. I forgot to add it. Sorry. Thank you, Susie. There's Susie coming through. Okay. Proving that we're a powerhouse in any market while other meme coins fade in rough times. UFD's heart shines bullish or bearish. We're built different. In the pump fun ecosystem, UFD remains the second token in the pump.bum ecosystem, right behind Fartcoin. Across the entire pump.fun universe, we're dominating as the second hottest coin in social chatter. That's our community strength. So we're at 18th overall, but when we look at the pump fun numbers, I think this is it here. Yes, it is. Make sure you guys can see this, which you can. We are right here. Let's draw this quickly. Okay, that's us, right? And Pump Fun, the primary, platform that coins have been launched on, we are number 2. Keep up the good work, guys. Things ebb and flow, but one thing doesn't change. And that is that UFD is absolutely, right, the most unique coin out there. Nobody can replicate us, period. Are you hearing that? That's very important. Nobody can replicate us, right? This can never be done again. What you've done as a community can never be done again in the exact same way, right? We are the pure. We are the wholesome. We are the good attracts good. That is special. That will never change. The core, the galvanization that's occurred within this community is something special and will sustain us through anything. I know what you want to do. You want to give a high five to Susie, and you want to do a 3-second smile. When I say go, everybody smile for 3 seconds. Go. That's the UFD 3-second smile. Why is that important? Because good attracts good. Right? And it's important that we smile and that we're happy. So come on, keep smiling with me. Now, what makes us even happier is our special co-host. Yes, the one and only upstairs Susie. Let's check in with her and see how she's doing. Upstairs Susie, are you there today? Over?
I'm here.
Anything special you want to say to the community this morning? Over?
Happy Tuesday.
Thank you. Would you like to give everyone a high five?
High five.
Okay. All right. Everybody take your hand, move it towards your screen. There's Susie. She'll shake your hand first and give her a high five. Huh? Hey, life is about some fun, right? Sure, we watch the token price. Sure, we watch the overall markets. Sure, we know most importantly, right, what we're doing here, right, is about community, about belonging, and about having fun. At the end of the day, community strength will dictate the value that we create, which will attract more people and will create higher price for UFD. Okay, make sure I did everything here. Oh, we have a very special Duster of the Day. Look, I nominated somebody who's been with us from day one on our journey as Duster of the Day. Make sure we got this set up. Okay. Today, look, on the night that UFD took off, December 17th, there was one person who's been there with us from the very beginning, and that is our friend Gigi, Giannina Scarlett, at Giannina Scarlett. She has been a massive help to us literally from day one. Okay. And she continues to be supportive of UFD. She was also there when I got hacked, was instrumental in helping get the donation wallet put together that you guys blew me away with donating all the beans back. But Gigi's an important part of the crypto community, and it's a big honor for us, guys, that she has been with us through this all. Please support Gigi. She's proven herself to me to be nothing but a high quality person who has helped our community from day one. And I want to show you, even now, if we go down her timeline, there's her and Jakey. But if we go down her timeline, she's over in Dubai right now, so we couldn't get a special message from her. But just recently, there she is in Dubai. Hold on here. We're going to find it. Yeah, just recently, heck, 2 days ago, she put out this tweet. Main coins I'm accumulating. Bitcoin, Solana, Sui. Memes I've been accumulating. Who's at the top of the list? UFD and Fartcoin. So Gigi has been with us, like I said, from the very beginning. Helped me from the very beginning during, I don't know, you probably weren't around for this, but our Twitter got hacked early on. She's been a great, great supporter of UFD. We do owe her a debt of gratitude. Please go out and support her. If you're not following her on Twitter, do that already. And join me, my fellow dusters, now in installing. Gigi, are you ready? I think you're on an airplane coming back from Dubai. So you might feel this on the plane. Help me install. There it is. We're giving you the golden horn. Congratulations, Gigi. Again, guys, please go out, follow her on Twitter. Always be nice. She's helping us. She's a friend of us. She's part of our community. She's a duster. She's diamond hooved. Okay. All right. Big news tomorrow. Be prepared, right? Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve will make their big announcement tomorrow. The expectations are nothing will change. There's an outside, like a 1 in 40, 1 in 30 chance that they might cut rates, but it's a long shot at this point. What's going to be more important tomorrow is what the Fed says, what they insinuate about what they're planning to do in the future. So the language, there won't be any actions, but the language. So usually you say actions speak louder than words. It's all a bunch of unicorn fart dust anyway. Everything's unicorn fart dust, right? And what the Fed says is is just a bunch of bunk anyway, because the math behind what's going on, it's like the Wizard of Oz and they're, or a fun house. They're moving stuff around, trying to manipulate. But the reality is that they're in a very, very precarious situation. Stagflation, as we've discussed ad nauseum. But that being said, tomorrow could be a big day, a big movement day in the markets for the general stock markets, for crypto, for precious metals. So just buckle up, buttercups. All right. Don't forget, guys, we are on a unique and special journey with UFD. Hey, I said from the very beginning, prove me wrong. So I'll say it again, not to you, my dusters and diamond hoof dusters, but to the buttercups out there, to people in the crypto world, right? Prove me wrong. Continue to prove me wrong with UFD, that if we provide, right, a vehicle, unicorn fart dust, that's based on honesty, based on transparency, based on fairness for everyone, that we can succeed. Because you know what the reality is? I'll say it, right? The reality is not all, but a lot of the other crypto projects out there aren't based on pure, honest integrity, right? It's just the reality. We've got it. We're providing it, right? So prove to us how far we can go. I know we can go for unlimited potential. Again, just my opinion. I don't have a crystal ball. You do your own due diligence. I'm super excited about the prospects for UFD. Are you? Right? And I'm super excited that you joined me today here in the basement. Thank you, right? If you're watching this on Twitter, please share it, right? Press that little like circular-ish, squarish rotation button. I don't know how to describe it. Here, I'll draw it for you. This button. See if I can draw it. It looks something like that. It's under the video. press that. If you're on YouTube, don't forget we have our own Unicorn Fart Test YouTube channel now. Give it a thumbs up. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed to the Unicorn Fart Test YouTube channel, go out to YouTube, type in Unicorn Fart Test channel. It's got the pink picture. It's pink. It says Unicorn Fart Test. Subscribe. Okay, we can get, the more we grow on YouTube, right, the more buttercups. That's where all the buttercups are hanging out, right? We're big on Twitter. We made it. We made it on Twitter. You made it. Now let's get out to YouTube. Oh, hey, by the way, also want to mention to you, if you're looking for a really cool way to store anything valuable, check this out. Dirty Man Safe, right? There's the code RON10. You bury this in the ground, protects anything that you might want to put in there. I don't know, whatever you find valuable. It unscrews. Here, I'll show you. You already know what's in there. Huh? There we go. There's a unicorn inside mine. But these things are very cool. This is actually the smallest one. It's called the Dirty Girl. It's a great way to protect it. It's what the pirates did. Arr! Right? Some crypto people have like a piece of paper where they write down something important. I'm not telling you what to do, right? But I know, and that's what really got me thinking more about the Dirty Man Safe, was that during those Los Angeles fires, a lot of people lost their crypto because their fireproof safes failed, or they didn't have a fireproof safe, and even those metal plates. So just, anyway, do your own due diligence. Do whatever works for you, okay? But I do want you to come back. I do want you to come back and join me here in the basement. I hope you feel like you got a little home away from home. Friends, right? A sense of belonging. That's the most important thing, right? You are important. Please be as good to yourself today as you can be. That will enable you to be good to all those around you, because what's going on the inside will go to the outside. It's okay to be good to yourself. Have a great day, and I will see you, yes, you, soon.